welcome to Quackalope. We're going to Origins, and we are about to get on the road.
I'm going to Origins as a married man. That means the goal of the convention this year is completely different. The mindset has to be. I can't let Shira just run around doing whatever she wants, and I can't walk booth to booth shaking hands trying my best to strike business deals. This year, we are one. We're a couple. We are officially a married unit, meaning that if Shira's disengaged from me, or if I'm disengaged from her, we're not whole, we're not together, we're not complete. And so, the goal this year is to spend time together. This is like an extended convention date weekend in a way. We're gonna walk around, we're gonna play games, I'm sure we're gonna say hi and shake hands, but the heart, the soul, the aim for the next 3 days is to be Shira's husband, and to demonstrate and remind and show just how much I care about her.
Hey.
Hi.
We vlogging?
Yeah.
I drive.
I'm driving.
I drive.
So that you can eat, I'm driving.
I drive.
But I was gonna drive.
But I drive.
But why can't I? I don't understand why I'm not allowed to drive. I mean, I just got my permit, so I should be allowed to. I'm still learning.
Yeah, go drive.
Are you driving? Am I driving? Good.
My goals for this convention are to play some games with my husband, to paint some miniatures with my husband, and to see what new indie releases there are coming to the market. I really like taking the opportunity at board game conventions to see what's up and coming and see some prototypes, and also see some things that haven't delivered yet but are at the convention for an early release.
So we still have to figure out how to do this vlogging thing. This is the first time I've pulled the camera out. We've already walked the entire floor. We have a list of stuff that we want to play, and we're having a snack. So we're gonna give you a meal update. We've got muffins, we've got canned water, we've got Starbucks, and Shira got
Jalapeno potato chips,
which might be the best things in the world if you're Shira Anderson.
yes.
So yeah, this might just be a food update vlog because it's the only time I think to bring the camera out. I'm kidding. We'll tell you more things. Maybe.
Tell you as we check out
Maybe.
stuff.
Maybe. Don't hold me to it.
So we haven't showed you a lot because honestly there isn't a ton to show at the moment.
Yeah, we got to the hall around 12. We walked the entire hall for about 5 hours, and we took notes about everything that we want to come and do on Friday and Sunday.
Right now, I am sitting with a list of stuff to play. Our goal this weekend is to demo Gnome Hollow, Catharsis, Star Realms, Crabs in a Bucket, Dawn of Ulos, Wandering Towers,
Darwin, Shovel Knight, Mission Control, Fantastic Factories, Isofurian Guard.
and we have a few things that we might pick up. Shira's been looking at some jewelry, but right now it's time to go get some food. We're bringing three things with us. First off, I have a backpack, cute backpack and butt shot. I have a backpack with just some stuff. We try to learn a little bit whenever we sit down for a meal.
We're bringing Motor City, the roll and write game, with its little baby expansion.
Big fan of this series.
Big fan of the series. We love Three Sisters. I saw them actually at the convention, and I want to get a chance to play this one that we haven't been able to get to the table.
I've played it before.
And, oh, you have? You'll teach it. And then Questions from Humans by John Deloney. This is a card game. Well, not even a card game. It's a deck of cards that has questions to stimulate conversation at tables. And it's really interesting questions.
You think to yourself, I don't need a thing to help stimulate conversation, but as a couple at any stage of their life,
Yeah.
it sets the foundation to these really cool, the last question we had last night when we went out to dinner together to celebrate our close to 1 month anniversary. We were a little preemptive on it, but might as well celebrate the victories you're gonna have. So we're due 10 years soon, tomorrow. Here's the thing, it sets up these questions such as, who was the last person that made your day and how?
Yeah.
And
There's another one that who was someone you admired when you were a child?
Yeah.
And we're learning that we, even though we didn't grow up knowing each other, we had similar experiences.
It's deep, it's interesting, and it's not stuff that you naturally would talk about if you didn't have a prompt. And if you're both on board with a prompt,
it makes for some really nice like moments and new ways to get to know each other.
Yeah.
So
there's some for friends, there's some specifically for couples.
Yeah.
We just have the one, oh, this is for couples, there's some generic ones. So
yeah.
we like them.
It's really been a good day so far. It's not been bad weather. It's been a nice drive. We're only a couple hours away from home. And honestly, going to a convention and spending the convention day as a newly married couple has been very nice. We're gonna play some games. We're sitting around, we're talking to people. Much more relaxed than how I typically run conventions, which usually involves sleeping in my car, going to every single booth, having meetings the entire time, and never having enough time to like do this, go out to a restaurant together.
This is honestly the biggest change for you. Like for me, this is how I usually roll with conventions. I take the time to, if we're staying at a hotel, to grab breakfast, to have a coffee. I make sure I'm eating throughout the day and drinking, and I get to play games and play miniatures and stuff like that.
Now,
So,
trick question, is this approach good for business?
yes, very good for business. Us being healthy, happy adults. Yeah,
That's the
best
answer.
for business.
That's the answer. What do you want? What'd you need?
A drink, please.
A drink. What kind of drink?
Anything just to take medicine. Can you just go inside?
Medicine drink.
Preferably something fizzy with like carbonation, like a Coke or Sprite, or a ginger ale. My stomach's hurting.
Okay, I can do that.
Thank you.
Hey,
You got a stain on your shirt.
hey,
Hi.
I love you.
I love you more.
My stain's from my backpack.
That's a bad backpack. Yeah.
Is it a stain?
You got a big stain like that.
I can't see. You show?
So.
Is it backpack?
You see it right there. Stained yellow.
It's from the yellow backpack. Leather. Okay. Okay. All right. This is done. All done. Back in. Close the hatch. Oh, Shira. Open the hatch. The cap's not on. Reopen hatch.
Why did you do
Open the hatch. Okay. Okay. First, this part screws in. Now. Close hatch. Shira, I got it. You take the camera. I'll go get you a fizzy drink.
Okay. Taken. Sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Don't say that. We do no more sponsors.
Just kidding. No sponsors.
One of the challenging parts
Excuse you. Just when you start talking about the good weather,
one of the,
it's to rain.
it did start to rain. One of the challenging parts about traveling while keeping kosher is the fact that there's just not many kosher restaurants. So we are going to one of the only ones. What's it called?
It's called Saba Columbus.
Saba Columbus?
Means grandfather in Hebrew.
So hopefully it's got a hechsher on it, which means it has like kosher status that we can hold by.
Certification.
And we will be able to get some nice warm food, because if there's no kosher restaurant in the city, we end up eating gas station food most of the time.
Yeah.
Or cooking our own.
Pastries and hard-boiled eggs.
Which is just not as possible. Okay, so we confirmed two things. First off, is kosher, only kosher restaurant
in the entire city. Although there
Columbus.
is a dairy restaurant that's starting to open, Matt's Bakery. So we're looking forward to checking that out next, or just...
So if you keep kosher, this is your one option, so good. Second, smells delicious, very crowded, and we ended up getting falafel and... shawarma and...
Falafel.
and chicken poppers or something, right?
Yes, chicken poppers, spicy chicken poppers.
So the three different main dishes that they have, they also do specials, so things like they have a cheeseburger.
With fake cheese because it's kosher, so no mixing milk and meat. They also have some brisket that they're really well known for. So yeah, it's just like it's some Mediterranean food. They have some dark chicken, some grilled chicken, shawarma, falafel, pitas, salads, that type of thing.
I got a giant cookie.
Yeah, you whispered that because I still know it's there.
Sure, Chaven.
Yeah.
What are you the most excited about?
The chicken papas. Chicken papas.
First impressions?
Good. They're spicy, they're hot, and they're flavorful.
Okay, test number one, chicken popper.
Spicy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like actually spicy?
Uh-huh.
Like I'm gonna cry?
No. Eat. is an aftertaste of spice. That's what I'm saying.
Warm, fresh, very nice.
Fry.
They've got a kick.
I'm telling you. The fry helps. Crunchy coated fries.
This is good, and it's different from like the flavors that we typically get at other places that we've been to. Like kosher restaurants knowing how to spice food is a big thing. Okay, everything on its own was good. I'll be honest about that. But everything in a actual falafel wrap, like a little bit of sauce, meat, I mean,
I have food on my face.
yeah, game changer, delicious. That right there is awesome.
Someone who knows how to make a good falafel is hard to come by. Usually you can only really get them in Israel, and this is good falafel.
So we filmed a little bit in next to the restaurant, but it might have been too loud for you to hear us, so we thought we'd come out here to this nice park, take a walk, and Shira agreed to film 2 more segments. First off, our final verdict, final opinion.
Final opinion of Saba's Mediterranean restaurant in Columbus, Ohio is very positive. The falafel was flavorful, the chicken poppers were spicy, the fries, they were like coated crispy fries, were delicious. They had salad to have in your pita and hummus and slug and tahini, and it was overall a very, very tasty Mediterranean dish.
It's
very flavorful.
It's a new restaurant here in Columbus. It's one of the first kosher ones, or at least one of the newest kosher ones. It's only been open for a month or 2. Here's what I can say. For a kosher restaurant to succeed in an area that still has a growing Jewish population or a growing population that keeps kosher, it has to do 2 things. It has to be 1, different, and 2, good. And I think Saba's does that. We would go out of our way to travel back here to pop in. We're excited to come back through Columbus. We hope the restaurant succeeds and does very well.
The ambiance, the environment were unique in that it was in this little marketplace with variety for people who don't keep kosher. And then for the Jews, it's kind of a little hot spot.
It was really nice. I would recommend anyone that likes Mediterranean food or hasn't tried good, real Mediterranean food before, swing by, give them a shot. Kosher or not kosher, doesn't matter. Good food is good food. You want to hold it this time?
No.
You don't want to hold it
I
all?
don't like whole things.
Okay.
I don't like the whole things.
So, day 1 is basically over.
I got a raindrop
Water
in my
right
eye.
in your eye. Day 1 is basically over. I have to go daven here soon. That's why we're hanging out around the area. We're going to walk around the park, be romantic a little bit. But Shira, goal for tomorrow, so that we're on the same page, as John Deloney likes to say, let's get the vision or the image of what tomorrow
the date looks like
established.
Yeah, I want to play at least 3, if not 5 games that are on our list. I want to stop by the tables and see if they have formal sign up for demos or if we can just pop by informally and check them out. I would like to go check out the Unpub Hall and the place where they have demoing games. Yeah, I want to play games tomorrow. We went through the hall today and got a lay of the land. I know the areas, I know the stores I'm going to be stopping by, the booths I'm going to be stopping by on Sunday to pick up some trinkets because, you know, Shira loves her trinkets. And yeah, it's been a great first day and I'm looking forward to actually playing stuff tomorrow. Good morning,
Good morning,
peoples of
vlog.
the internet. Good morning.
Good morning. Come on, we're going to go play games. We slept terribly.
Yes, awful. We were up every like 15-20 minutes.
I got breakfast, which was...
Cake.
It was okay. It was okay.
Mediocre coffee.
And
now
good
it's
coffee.
raining.
Good coffee. It is very... It's very wet.
Which is not great for board games. Board games don't like water.
Yeah, but the board gamers don't go outside, so they won't be bothered by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
It's just the adventure on the way to the
bright.
convention is where it's going to be a little rainy, a little wet. Shira's loaded up. She's got a really cool backpack that some of you saw in a past story. And
And a board game
we're
bag.
ready to go. We will keep you informed
About all the games we're going to play.
about all the games we theoretically are going to attempt to play. All of those we'll let you know.
Doing-
The ones we actually play we'll say nothing about.
Yeah.
Not a word.
Just the attempted ones.
Just the attempted ones. The camera has water on it.
It does. I have
wanna
water.
You
I
wash
have-
it off? No, that's not how you wash it. I should have brought a louder microphone, so I'm gonna be screaming at you. Here, we just got done demoing Dawn of Ulos from Thunderworks Games. Now, if you've ever played a game like Acquire before, which is a game where you're doing your best to invest in anything across the board, any faction or stock across the board, so that you come out with the most money at the end, that's what this game is, except it's set in a fantasy setting. The object is going to be to, well, take and place down tiles to spawn in various different creatures, such as we have Shekis, we have Frogkins, and the most powerful faction, of course, the Dwarves. After you play down a tile, expanding their realm or expanding their strength, you're then going to be able to purchase or invest in any of these factions that are already out on the table. Now, each faction also comes with special abilities, which adds a unique twist to that Acquire style gameplay. Not only do they count as points towards the end game, but you can also use them to interact with what's happening on the table. Now, of course, there's going to be takeovers or battles in the more thematic sense that allow you to grab land, grab more strength, and possibly kick people out of whatever they're going to be scoring in their hand. Everyone's engaged in the battle, everyone can take place, and the results of that will determine who is actually going to be the winner, because it'll shift different ranks up and drop some the whole way down to 0.
I really, really liked it. This really reminded me of Acquire, and I like the magical, the fantasy abilities. I like that theme applied onto it. The board is not that, like, it's not the economical board of Acquire, so it was a little twisty, turny. The powers and abilities are different, and so I liked it a lot.
Okay, so our goal at this convention is to say no to every game. One, because we don't have money to buy games, and we don't want to take on the responsibility of bringing games home because we're still figuring out what the channel looks like.
I'm doing so well at this job that the first game that we demoed today, Dawn of Ulos by Thunderworks Games, I am walking home with a copy of.
We did not ask for a copy, but we wanted to play it after they suggested that we take one anyway. So we took the time to sit down. We really enjoyed it, which means we're in a good position to be able to talk about it, to be able to give them some coverage. It's going to be a game that's coming to retail a little bit later this year.
August 15th, I believe he said.
Okay.
And the designer's going to be at Gen Con to meet, and so I'm going to bring my rulebook back to have the designer sign it.
Nice. Nice.
I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for a little bit more coverage. We will have it sometime over the next month or so.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye. So remember how yesterday I went through with Shira and we wrote down all the games we wanted to demo? One categorical error to the way that I did that.
Not writing down booth numbers.
Did not write down any of the booth numbers, so now we are re-walking the hall, trying to find the stuff that we wanted to play. And usually they already have people sitting and playing them. This is going really well. We will be able to cover about 2 games on this trip. She's loving it.
Playing Beer and Bread Capstone Games. It's a 2-player head-to-head game where you are going to be baking bread and crafting. Is that what it's called? Crafting beer. And your goal is to have the most points at the end of the game. And for a 2-player game, I'm really enjoying it so far.
Just got done playing Beer and Bread. I have to say, by the end of the game, my opinion really improved.
Yeah.
Because
you won the game.
I won the game. Yeah. It's I thought this whole video was just going to be Shira beating me at everything. I actually won one.
It's a 2-player head-to-head game where you are trying to, I think I said this already, but brew beer and bake bread and score the most points. But the problem is that you're going to score the object, the resource that you created the least. So you're either going to score your beer or you're going to score your bread, but whichever one has the lowest amount of points, which I completely forgot about until the very end of the game.
It's about balancing everything, balancing resources, balancing cards. Has a really nice ebb and flow between drafting cards versus what you have in your hand that you have to deal with or work around. In some of the B-roll, you'll see that the board, really that board is just designed to set up where the resources go and how you kind of organize the flow of play. It's very nice. It's very quick playing. I don't know that it's the perfect game for us.
No, I don't think it's a perfect game for us.
But I do want to play it again with more information now, because more information...
The second play is definitely...
It's a game that really leads to end game being important. So, we'll get there. That being said...
I have a contrary opinion. I think it's an absolutely great 2-player game.
Did you get to actually play it?
I've played it multiple times. We have a live stream on Man vs. Meeple. You can take a look and see it played.
For the record, Quackalope has no association with Man vs. Meeple. They did contractually ask me to include that in this.
Just saying, I had a great experience with this one. That's all I'm saying, but that does not invalidate your opinions at all.
Thanks for watching. Hopefully you're having a good time. It's almost my turn, so I have to go quick, but we're playing in the Footsteps of Darwin. One of the games that drew Shira's attention because, 1, it has beautiful artwork, 2, it has history and science behind it, and 3, it's a simple, very accessible, almost abstract-ish game. Shira, first impression so far? Okay, good. It's my turn. Like I said, I gotta go.
Just got done playing in the Footsteps of Darwin, and it is a great mid-weight game where you're doing set collection, you're picking tiles based on a rondel, and you're trying to get the most points at the end of the game. I really enjoyed the artwork. I agree with Jesse that it left me feeling like I wanted to play it again. I wanted more than the 12 tiles that I was allowed to collect, and it's got some neat little mechanics. It's definitely not my all-time favorite game, but I would definitely enjoy playing it another time.
So overall, the con's going well so far. We've played a few games this morning. We're looking for a few more before we go offline for Shabbat. Food update. I got Shira some caffeine because she has a bit of a headache. I got her some water, again, dealing with a headache because she probably hasn't drank too much water. And, of course, her favorite chips, which are the jalapeno ones. And then finally, I grabbed myself some powdered donuts. She will probably steal a few from me, but it's definitely me who is eating them, I think. Yeah, the goal today is just to be a little bit more relaxed, and then we'll be back playing some games, hopefully Saturday night, Matzah Shabbos with some people, and then on Sunday, of course, we'll do the final swing, maybe get another 3 or 4 games in, and hit the road back to Cleveland, and back to the chaos of life and work. So, yeah, but it's going well.
All right, so mandatory snack break update. We had donuts, which are gone, as you can see by the package. Having more jalapeno chips as necessary because they're so delicious. I love spicy food. Jesse's not so much of a spicy. He is. I'm joking. He likes spicy food as well. There's a habanero pepper story that he should tell you guys. And then water and coffee. It's really good to fuel up in the middle of the day. You get exhausted playing games and walking the hall. What a life.
You're going to feel the crash from that. You're going to feel more lethargic.
Good morning, vlog. It's raining outside, and today is Sunday. Shira, what did they miss?
My mouth is full.
Oh, okay, next time. It's raining outside, so we're vlogging in the car, and today is
Sunday morning.
What did they miss?
They missed a lovely weekend spent celebrating the Shabbat in synagogue with a Jewish family in the Jewish neighborhood. It was lovely. You should have been there.
Yeah, we don't really turn on cameras or do any of that stuff. So y'all are the losers. You missed out.
Good food,
Next
good prayers,
time,
good walks, good books.
You should be there.
And now we are headed back to the convention hall to try and play some games.
We've got about 4 or 5 hours left, then we'll hit the road to Cleveland, and honestly, it's been a good con, and I also feel like I haven't been at the con at all.
Exactly how it should be to be a big good gun.
That wasn't a sentence.
No, be a big good ban. Yeah.
Good. Okay. All right. Anything you want to say?
Oh, I'll let you know how the first game goes.
West, what are we playing?
We're playing Catharsis, a boss battling dice placement game where you're on a road trying to get to the boss. You'll deal with events, traps, and monsters along the way. Can you defeat the boss?
I need dice manipulation. Assign your dice.
Do dice, board game boy.
So we just got done demoing Catharsis. Shira for the first time.
Yes.
West has loved this game for a long time, and we've actually done some coverage of it on the channel before, but we wanted a chance to sit down, play through a few more of the characters, and get a taste of what's coming out in the expansion. Shira, first impressions.
First impressions is that it is a cooperative dice throne, which I like dice throne. I like the dice chucking mechanics, the Yahtzee style
And
of
I
choosing the
need
abilities.
it to be cooperative because she always wins.
Yes, yes, and it was really cool. The boss stacks feel really different. There's a lot of bosses, a lot of different characters to play as. You don't get all of your cards and abilities right off the bat, so the variability is huge, and they're coming out with some expansions very soon.
We'll definitely be doing some coverage on the main channel. On this one down the road, we'll probably do like some gameplay videos or something, but Catharsis, very interesting, very fun, very indie. All of those things are stuff that I like to check off. So, yeah, it's been a good time. The next game, Crabs in a Bucket. That's what we're playing. We're doing it. We've got lots of people. All the people are doing Crabs in the Bucket with us. No pressure.
Don't show them my cards.
I will win. I will win. We are working together, though. I think this is a team-based game. Shira and I will be sharing a hand of cards. Everyone else is on their own. I'm apparently also on my own.
Yes.
So you just did a 6-player game of crabs in a bucket. Shira, what's your opinion? What's your thoughts? My lovely wife.
I'm the
Lovely
impersonation.
wife of mine.
I am not who I say I am.
What do you think, Shira, of this lovely game?
It is my favorite game of all time.
Favorite game of all time. Wow.
So what you're saying,
You know, the funny thing is while I'm saying this, Shira actually really enjoyed the game. She's over there signing up for a raffle and has it on her radar. So I think it went well. It's sort of a high-level party-style game. There's a lot of unique abilities and a lot of like little play that you can make by using some of the Joker crabs throughout it. It's a shedding game, so you have a hand of cards, you're trying to get rid of all of them, and all of those chain and trigger with a bunch of different abilities and different effects that you can utilize. So yeah, the fact that she's over there filling out paperwork is a good sign. Just played this cute little roll and write, roll to the top, which is built around the idea of climbing various different structures. Shira, flip that over.
So there's a huge variability. There's a bunch of different boards. You're going to be rolling the dice and trying to fill in the numbers, but you can't put anything lower than the number you put kind of on top of it.
It's really cute. It's a quick little racing roll and write game.
Yeah, but it's not in real time. The racing element is just kind of who's the most strategic in placing their numbers, which if you can see, mine versus Jesse's, he wasn't the most strategic. I ended my pyramid on an 11.
There's a reason why she likes this game. No, it was actually really adorable. We like doing roll and write date nights, and I think this would be a really fine 2-player one.
This is from All Play, which has a lot of our favorite games.
So roll to the top. It might be one we actually add to the collection. I'm debating. What do you think?
Yes.
Okay. All right. There you go.
We just got finished playing Fantastic Factories, which is a tableau building, dice allocation, resource management game. It's actually my second time playing. I didn't remember I'd actually played it before, and I had a great time. They have 2 expansions, which they are sold out, which made me very sad. But if you like dice, rolling, resource management, and then the expansions add some take that, this might be up your alley.
If the expansions were here, we'd be actually considering picking it up here at the con and bringing it home. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very accessible, not overly thinky tableau builder. I like dice allocation games because it continues giving you randomness that you have to like factor in while you play. My least favorite part is honestly the meeple style artwork.
I think it's cute.
You think it's cute. I think it doesn't take itself seriously enough, but I really like the way that they build out the villages and the factories and stuff. They've got a lot of little fun quips and things. So overall, really positive experience. I could see it's one that we might add to the collection one day. Really easy to play too. I'd feel comfortable getting it off and teaching it to someone in about a minute or two, I think.
Yeah, and I think it's accessible. It's a family
And I won this game. This is the first time all day, I think. Maybe not, but I did actually.
He's a liar,
I did actually win. I win.
He did win, but he's usually 22 to 19.
19, so I'm crushing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely destroying Shira at all games.
Yes.
Permanently.
No.
All the time.
No.
Best gamer. Okay, we played Shovel Knight, which is right behind us.
Yeah.
Based off the video game, a really interesting side-scrolling kind of take that game.
Dungeon crawler where you're playing as asymmetric characters and defeating bosses and collecting loot along the way. It was
very aggressive.
It was very aggressive. You pushed me into a wall.
That's true. It's more Mayan West style of game. So Shira, what do you think?
Well, I like the side-scrolling mechanic. I don't usually see that in a game where the board is constantly moving and new boards are coming out. It really felt like you were playing that like 2D version of a video game that moves along with you, like I don't know, Pac-Man or something. I'm really bad at video games. It's
definitely not what Pac-Man is, but I appreciate the effort.
Excuse me. Mario,
would be one of those side-scrolling games.
Original Mario. So, but I enjoyed it a lot. I like the fact that you can play as some of the Shovel Knights and they can be your bosses that you're fighting against was really cool to see. And yeah, I'm excited to dive into it more.
Yeah, it's one that I've liked for a while. I haven't played it for some time, so glad to get it back to the table. I would like to play it more. I think it's one that when you get a good crowd of people around, it feels take that, but it doesn't feel mean. Yeah. So that's one of the nice parts about it. Because everyone's just kind of throwing things around, having fun. It doesn't penalize you for screwing other people over.
It's not super penalizing.
No, it gives you benefits for dying, really, honestly. So yeah, it was fun. We were glad we were able to check it out. They have it back in stock now, which means we might be doing some coverage of it sometime in the future. Okay, bye. I think that's a wrap. We ended up with three games.
Yes. Dawn of Ulos, because we played it and we liked it. It's a fantasy version of Acquire, and I'm really excited to get it to the table with our game group.
It was the only publisher that convinced us to actually take something with us. Everyone else we successfully said no to.
We successfully bought a game. This is Roll to the Top from All Play. It is a very, very charming roll and write where you're trying to place numbers and race to the top of the shape you're doing, and we got it with the expansion. And we do roll and writes for date nights, and so I'm really excited to bring this one out with us.
I purchased absolutely nothing because we're doing the Dave Ramsey plan, which is getting rid of debt, and I spent all of my budget on food supplies so I can cook for Shira and myself. Shira still had some of her budget left.
Yes, and then we are taking home Cretaceous Rails from Spielcraft Games, and this is a prototype that we're going to be covering in the next couple of months. The Kickstarter launches September 19th, and I'm really excited. I really am charmed by their For Glory, that and the expansion that came out with it, and so this is their next title.
Good publisher, good design work, and a
publisher.
really fun, interesting thing. So we're excited to talk about it soon. Okay, I think that's a wrap on this vlog.
Oh, and I don't have my pins.
Hope
I got one set of pins, official Origins pins. There is no longer Shira's wacky. What was I calling it?
I don't know, trove of useless things.
Troves of useless things.
Yeah,
yes.
something like that.
Working hard not to have useless things.
So it's been a good con. It's been a very relaxing con. Hopefully you all have seen that. We'll be at Gen Con. That's the plan, and we're gonna go home and figure out what the next stage of the channel and of life looks like. So we'll see y'all next time. Bye.